State of Decay 2, a title that was released way back in 2018, but I've just bought it 3 days ago. So yeah, this video is gonna be all about my first impressions of the game, and this is the first time that I'm doing something like this, and yeah, let's get into it. So what I've got here is the Juggernaut Edition. I don't really know the difference between the version that was launched initially way back in 2018 and this one, but according to what I've read, it features better graphics and some improved gameplay mechanics as well. And like I said in the beginning, this title has got me hooked. And that is because in the very first few hours, this title managed to make me feel like I've been thrown into this Walking Dead type of universe. A place that makes me feel vulnerable at all times, a place where I have to think twice before making any move, as a single mistake can result in a permanent death for your favorite character, as this title features permadeath. And I have to take care of an entire community, just like the Walking Dead series. I have to feed them, I have to make sure that we've got ammo supplies, food supplies, medical supplies, and whatnot. And I have to manage the safety and security of our base, build up base and stuff. And yeah, in the beginning there is so much stuff to manage that it can actually feel a bit overwhelming, but as soon as you start to figure out things, this title, it's actually going to grow so quickly on you that you won't really want to put it down at all. If I have to sum it up in a few words, then I would say that if you want to live in the Walking Dead universe, if you want to experience that, and if you want to experience the tension, the hassles of life in a world that is torn apart by this zombie plague, then you should pick up this title and play it. It's not gonna disappoint you at all. It's totally worth checking out and it's fantastic. Every single aspect of a Walking Dead like universe is present here. Stuff like managing your community, finding and recruiting new members to your community, making sure your community members are in good shape, going on supply runs in dangerous zombie infested areas and looking for food, ammo, and medical supplies, along with building materials in order to build stuff such as workshops and improve your base. Then you are also going to be clearing zombie infestations around your base in order to maintain safety and security. And you're also going to be going after these plague hearts, and taking out these plague hearts actually reduces influence of zombies in the area. And yeah, you need explosives to do that. I've just taken out one so far. And then you've also got special infected, really dangerous ones, and there is a variety of them. You've got plague zombies with glowing red eyes, and they are kind of fast, and they are slightly bulked up in size. Then you've got ferals. I've only run into one feral so far, and I almost lost a character named Jason to it. It was a really tense encounter, and yeah, it had my heart pounding. And then you've got screamers. They are pretty self-explanatory. They are gonna scream to attract zombie hordes. And then you've got the juggernauts, obviously. I've not run into one so far. So there is a ton of variety in the infected, and you have to be really careful when out on supply runs. Then you've also got other communities of survivors out there, and you can have trade relations with them, and they can be really helpful. Or you can also choose to recruit them. Then you've also got hostile human beings out there, hostile communities and stuff. And I've only had one case so far where this girl, she stole something from my base, and I think it was a food item. And I eventually managed to corner her and got my hands back on the stuff that she stole, and she escaped afterwards. So you have everything from a zombie apocalyptic world present here, like I said. On supply runs, you're going to be carrying stuff in your backpack as well as in your vehicle if you've brought that. And there is a limit to both, and the vehicle can store a lot more. But when the limit is maxed out on both, you're going to have to go back to your base or an outpost that you have captured in order to drop that stuff in the storage and come back for anything that you have left behind. And yeah, it can probably get a bit tedious, but it is super realistic, and I'm really enjoying it right now. While looking for supplies, if you make too much noise, you're gonna attract zombies, and like they are gonna rush to that area from which the sound originated. And you have to be like really intelligent and sneaky in order to be an efficient scavenger. And yeah, your vehicle also attracts a ton of zombies, so be intelligent while driving. There is so much realism in this title, and it's so immersive, and the combat is also fantastic, so let's get into it. Combat involves both melee weapons as well as firearms. You can equip both a melee weapon as well as a firearm at the same time. And if you are gonna press the fire button without pressing the aim down button, you are gonna use your melee weapon. And as soon as you press the aim down button, you are gonna switch to your firearm, which is really cool. For stealth kills, you've got a knife, and then you've also got the ability to grapple zombies and perform a finisher afterwards. Then with the weapons, you've got all sorts of melee weapons from machetes to baseball bats and whatnot. There is a huge variety of melee weapons, and yeah, you'll have to constantly repair them or they are gonna break on you. And then you've got firearms. There is a huge variety of firearms from handguns to assault rifles to submachine guns, machine guns, and sniper rifles and stuff. Grenade launchers, and you've got decoy grenades, and you've got C4, and you got like different types of explosives from grenades to pipe bombs and whatnot. There is a ton of variety. Then you've also got different types of weapon attachments present as well, such as various types of suppressors, and they are a necessity actually, as an unsuppressed gunshot is actually gonna attract more trouble than it's gonna solve. So yeah, you've got to be really careful with the weapons that you're carrying around and when to use them. And graphically also the game is pretty good actually, and I don't really have any complaints, and the performance is also pretty good on PC. I'm on PC and I don't really have any issues. So my first impressions are extremely positive, and yeah, if a title manages to make me think about it when I'm not playing it and makes me feel excited to get back to it, I know it is something really special, and this title has managed to do just that. I was honestly really surprised to see so many negative reviews of this title, as right now in its current state I can actually recommend it to anyone looking to experience the truest form of zombie apocalypse. Your goal is to create this self-sufficient community which is capable of producing stuff in order to support their lives, and you can take control of any of the community members, and their stats are going to improve according to your activities that you perform while controlling them. The more time you'll invest in it, the more rewarding it will be. So I can totally see myself dumping hours into it, and yeah, it's totally worth it. This title is really immersive and super realistic, and that's something that I'm really enjoying right now. I'm also really enjoying the day and night cycle in this title, and it was at night time that I ran into the first feral I ever encountered in this game, and it was a horrifying experience actually. And yeah, it's a really spooky title as well. If you're venturing out at night, you're gonna have some issues. I was actually venturing quite far away from my camp, and I had no vehicle on me. I actually went out on foot, which was a horrible mistake, and I just realized that when I was cornered by that feral, and I just got lucky and managed to escape. And yeah, after that I just decided I'm gonna be a lot more careful in the future. And if you really want to ask about negatives, I don't really have anything negative to say about this title, other than the fact that in the beginning you will have to be a bit patient with the game mechanics. And yeah, you have to manage so much stuff in this title, so it's definitely going to take a while to, understand everything. And once you figure out everything, it's going to be seamless. But in the beginning, it might feel a bit overwhelming, so just be a bit patient and keep going on. And yeah, the driving mechanics, they are not great. And one tip that I'd like to share with you is that if you're looking for something, like I was looking for materials, as I had to build a workshop and I had every other resource in abundance, but I was on zero materials and I was like really puzzled where to find them. You just have to press Y on the keyboard if you are on PC, and you will have an option in the menu, find resources and people. Click on that and click on the stuff that you're looking for, and you're gonna get exact locations where you're gonna be able to find that stuff which you are looking for. So that's how you go about it. So yeah, those were my first impressions on this title, and yeah, the sound design is also fantastic. That's something that I missed out on, and I'm definitely gonna follow up with another video on this title in the future. And if you're interested in zombie games, definitely check out the video I made on Zombie Army Trilogy. And thank you very much for watching. Peace out.